YJR family, right? As I woke up today at 5 a.m., it's currently 9:45 a.m. after I just got done with the gym. As I got up out the bed today, right, didn't want to get out the bed, honestly. My eyes were very heavy. I was very comfortable up under the blanket. It was very warm. And stepping outside of the blankets to go turn off my alarm clock felt so uncomfortable because it was cold, right? It was cold. But as I got up and got my first win of the day, turning off the alarm clock, right, and going down to do my morning push-ups that I do put on my Instagram, because I do put my morning push-ups on my Instagram at 5 a.m. You can go check it out, okay? As I did it, my push-ups, and as I finished them, because I do 33, as I finished my 33 push-ups, I always think of a line or a quote that can resonate with my audience and create some clarity for the remainder of the day that they can use, something quick and witty that they can just remember quickly and that they can apply in their day. And as I was thinking about a quote, the only quote that could come to mind was, be proactive and not reactive. When you are a reactive person, because I honestly, have reacted to a lot of situations over the past year that I'm not proud of. I'm not. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of things that you've reacted to over the past year that you're not proud of. Yelling at a girl, yelling at a family member, cussing out somebody. You reacted in an emotional way that left you with regret. Okay? Or maybe you reacted in a sense where you always wake up, and as soon as you wake up, since you woke up late for the day, you're always reactive to the day and you're always in fight or flight, something that I fall victim to as well. That's the consequences of waking up late. You're always going to be reactive. So that's why I started waking up earlier, so that I can be proactive, so that I can have control over the day and I can dictate the day before everyone's awake. So I can get that alone time and that quiet time to reflect on mortality before, right, I go to the gym and I engage with, people in society. That's what I do. I need that time, because if I don't have that time, then I'm reactive the rest of the day. I'm not the best person when I'm reactive, right? Very defensive, and I'm always in fight or flight. Does that ring a bell? If you want to be a YJR man, or you want to, become the best version of you, because I text people all the time and they say, I want to be the best version of myself. And that's cool. You want to be more confident, more disciplined, right? You want more self-respect, more self-love. That's great. I love it. But the only way that you will become that is unless you consistently put in the work each day to achieve that. You must be doing the habits that needs to get done to achieve the best version of you. So that's hitting your macros, getting your steps in, completing workouts, reading, reflecting, all those things, journaling. But the only way that you can do that is unless it's strategically planned in your day so that you can do those things. A lot of people don't do their workout routine or miss workouts or miss their steps because it's never proactively programmed into their day, days or even weeks before they have to do it. I noticed that a lot of people, I know this because a lot of my clients do it. I noticed that a lot of people base their life off of the moment. What does that mean? A lot of people react to the moment instead of letting the moment come to them. And that's why they're not able to consistently, right, perform at the rate that they want to perform for a long period of time, because when life gets hectic, when work gets hectic, right, they let the stress of them not being organized in all of life situations crumble them in the moment. So every time someone tells me, hey, when life starts lifing, I stop my workout routine, I instantly think, or something goes off into my head, this person doesn't plan in advance. I tell all my clients, it's easy to hit your macros. All you have to do is just eat pretty much the same thing over and over again and plan your macros out the night before so that you don't miss them the next day. So that all you have to do is go on MyFitnessPal and just look what to eat, weigh it up, right? And then just eat it. And then a lot of them, oh, well, that's easier said than done. Like, I try to do that, but no, no, you don't try. You don't try. You don't. That one thing alone showed me, because I've been coaching men for a long time. That one thing showed me a long time ago that's the one indicator versus those who are successful and get to the best version of themselves versus those that don't. People that don't get to the best version of themselves and just say that they do, but they never do it, they're people that never plan. They always crumble to the moment because of all the stress and all the lack of planning that they do. While the people that get in shape, they're always planning. They're planning the next workout. They're scheduling and time blocking when to go into the gym and when not to. They're time blocking when to meal prep their food throughout the week. They're doing it because it's a non-negotiable for them. If you are a YJR man, macro steps and workouts are a non-negotiable. It is a key indicator that if you hit these macros and you hit these steps, you are actively taking care of yourself, and it's a measurement of discipline. It's a KPI of discipline. That's it. We don't work out to get abs. That's a byproduct of the results that we're putting in. That's a byproduct. That's a byproduct of the work that we're putting in. If you're working out for external, just like straight up external, you may get it. But the second that you get that result, what are you going to do? You're going to wither away and you're not going to get the result. You're not going to keep the result. But if you work out like myself for internal respect, right? Internal mastery, internal self-discipline, you will consistently work out. At this point, yes. Do I want to have a nicer physique? Yes, of course, right? It's my job. But it's more of a mental exercise for me because I know when I start the day off doing something hard, right? It carries and translates and sets the day off for me. So I'm able to use that hard task that I did early in the morning, because no one wants to wake up in the morning and lift 90-pound dumbbells. No one wants to do that. But when you do that, you prime your body for the rest of the day to endure hardship and to overcome stress. Why do you think, okay, let me put it down to you like this. I used to play basketball. If you guys ever play sports, why do you think they always had you warm up and stretch before the actual game? Because they knew that if you just went into the game cold, it can cause an injury and you won't perform at the highest peak. I used to always think warming up and stretching and all that kind of stuff, that shit was some bullshit. I'm like, okay, let's get to the game, right? But now as I get older, it was necessary, because if we would have went into that game cold, who knew what would happen, right? That's what the workout is doing. That's what being proactive means. It means scheduling and anticipating future events and preparing for them. Now, you don't want to, when you're being proactive, you don't want to do this too far in advance. You don't want to look too much into the future. Only 7 days. That's it. That's the sweet spot. If you want to be proactive, all you have to do is look 7 days into the future. Okay, that's it. Do not look 14. Do not look 21. Do not look 3 months, 6 months. Don't do all that. Have your daily habits that you're going to have to do. Okay, you have to get your steps. You have to get your workouts in. You have to meal prep. Just create time blocks in your schedule that allows you to do those things and stick to them. And in order to be proactive, you need to have a set schedule that you abide by. You need to have calendar blocks. You need to have a Google Calendar if you don't have one. And you need to religiously follow that. You need to. Because if you don't have those things, if you don't have the calendar, if you don't have the time blocks. If you don't be proactive, you'll always fall victim to the moment. And then that's where you'll say life is life. That's where you'll say, well, I couldn't do my steps today, or I couldn't achieve X outcome because life got in the way. No, life didn't get in the way. You're just unorganized. No, life didn't get in the way. You just didn't anticipate life. YJR men who want results, do not let any external situation stop them from doing what needs to get done. You know life is gonna life. You've lived this shit. A lot of the times when you guys say life is life, and it's usually work stress. You can almost predict that you're gonna work a certain amount of hours. You can almost predict it. So just create a schedule, because I notice that a lot of people don't do this. Create a schedule that when let's just say that you had to work 12 hours, 7 days a week. What are you going to do? Just not work out? Just wait until life gets a little bit less busy and then work out? If that's your plan, you'll never get the result. You'll never get your physical result. You'll never be capable of actually being a YJR man, because the second that life gets hectic, the second that you get burdened with financial, your job, you're going to drop off your fitness. And you can't be young, jacked, and rich if you're skipping workouts. You only be young and rich, and that's not rare. Everyone, like a lot of people have that. But less than 10% of the population is young, jacked, and rich. Look it up yourself. Less than 5% of men have visible abs. Less than 10% of men make a six-figure income. Combine them both together, 5% and 10%, you become an anomaly, and you become rare. You become a rare species. You become a rare species. Look it up. Right? But you need to be proactive. You need to be anticipating and expecting hardship. You need to be anticipating and expecting that inconveniences are coming. That's why you guys fail, because you don't plan for inconvenience. You hope that they don't occur. And that's not how it goes. Because inconvenience is coming, but are you prepared for it? And the only way to do that is unless you're proactively planning for these things 7 days in advance. Don't go any further, just 7 days in advance. If you start just doing this, your fitness journey will be so much more easier. You becoming the best version of you is going to become much more easier, and you're going to be operating at such a higher level than most people. Because most people fall victim to their circumstances and to the situation and to the present moment. They're just trying to get through the day. But YJR men, we are thriving throughout the day. We know what's going to happen, and we're just letting life come right to us. And when you have that type of aura, okay, I just let life come to me. I know what's going to happen. I'm letting it come to me because I planned for this. You have a different aura. You're more relaxed. You're more calm. You're more neutral. And you're able to navigate the situation a lot better, and you won't be reactive to it. You're only reactive because you didn't plan for it. And you're unprepared. Kobe Bryant was never reactive during game-winning shots. He was always calm, cool, and collected. Just another day in the office. Michael Jordan never got nervous and got reactive towards winning another championship or hitting the game-winning shot. He was calm, cool, and didn't react and wasn't reactive. Why? Because they prepared for that situation through thousands of reps, through practice, through actually recreating the situation over and over again, so that when the situation came into play, it was just, okay, I've done this 1,000 times. Their body and their nervous system actually slowed down, and it was calm. While everybody else, like when Jordan hit that game 6 shot against the Jazz, he was calm, cool, and collected. The game seemed slow to him. Everybody else is panicking. Everybody's okay. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Jordan was calm, cool, and collected. Why? Because he's done this thousands of times before. This is just another time. This is just another shot to him. Yeah, everybody else in the crowd and everything is making it all seem like it's a big thing because they're reactive. But Jordan held complete composure. Why? Because he prepared for that moment. When you're prepared, fear is out the window. Anxiety goes out the window. It does. When you're prepared. Most of you guys are not preparing for the opportunity. I tell my clients all the time, preparation plus opportunity equals success. A lot of you guys are not getting the success that you want in your fitness or in life, whatever you're trying to get it in, is because you're not preparing for the opportunity. You're not preparing. Some of you guys have the opportunity. You have the opportunity right now to sign up for my coaching program, right? And then I will help you become the best version of yourself. It's inevitable. But some of you guys have not prepared your finances. Some of you guys have not prepared mentally to lock in. Some of you guys haven't prepared as far as just dropping your ego and accepting help. You haven't prepared. You haven't prepared for accountability. You want the change, but no accountability. You haven't prepared for the opportunity. That's why when you see opportunities, you're not able to see it correctly with clarity because you haven't prepared. You haven't prepared and studied yourself enough to see an opportunity clear as day. I can actually see an opportunity as clear as day. And I think that's one of my greatest gifts. I didn't know I didn't really know my gifts. I didn't think I was really special. I'm really not. But one thing that I can see that a lot of people can't see is I can absolutely identify an opportunity when it's there. I can identify an opportunity. I know when an opportunity is going to change my life and when it's not. I know when to act on something and I know when not to. That's what a YJR man does. He's proactive, not reactive. So if you want to change your life, start applying these principles. Start being Jordan in Game 6, composed, because he prepared. Stop being J.R. Smith when he was with LeBron and they were playing against the Warriors and he ran out the clock and lost him the game. He wasn't prepared. He wasn't. And that costed them a championship. Be Jordan in 6. Don't be JR in 1.